Turn this shit up a little more, you are.
The way she twerking to it, you can stop for real. Sit back, relax, and listen Fargo music. She tryna get hot for real. Just take your tongue and put this turkey to it. Just saw this basic bitch. Shorty remind me of, I hate that bitch.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to On The Spot Podcast. It's your boy, Lo.
It's your boy, Nas Boogie.
And welcome to another episode of On The Spot, man. Tell them we got on the spot today.
We got one of the faces in the Jersey culture, bro.
Nah, for sure. A big name,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to these Jersey designers, man. Everybody definitely needs to tap in, but
Yeah.
he can introduce himself.
Troy, UNDX Studios. Call me Andre Vision. That's what I go by on IG.
For sure, man. First and foremost, I appreciate you for coming.
Of course, I appreciate y'all for having me.
For sure. But to start it off, man, I want to know, like, where it all started for you. Like, where you from, you know what I'm saying?
I'm from North Newark, Stephen Crane. I was born in Germany, but I moved to Newark. I was born and raised in Newark, so.
You talking to the mic?
Oh, shit.
Okay. Okay, so kind of, how was it? Like, how was your upbringing over there?
I mean, I stayed out the way, basically, like all throughout the gangs and all that stuff. Me and my friends outside, we played football, different sports and stuff. Or, like, as I got older, I got into, like, art more. I started, like, staying in the house, drawing in my sketch pad. That's all I used to do all day, just draw.
How hard was that, though? Because I know growing up in North Newark, it's gritty over there. So I know it was kind of hard to stay away from the gangs and the nonsense that's going on in the city.
I mean, it wasn't that hard because of how I was raised. And, I mean, my parents kept me in check, so it was like I didn't really join the gangs. And the people that was in the gangs respected me for not really, like, being a part of it. Like, I was myself. So I respect you more when you're yourself instead of trying to be something that you're not really a part of. Like, I know I'm not a part of the streets. Like, that's not for me. I don't think I would have lasted in the streets. So
Yeah.
doing this stuff, this is what I do. This is what keeps me good, yeah.
So who do you credit for that in your life? Because I'm happy that you say that, because a lot of people, honestly, in my opinion, are afraid to be themselves. That's why somebody like you is definitely, like you said, respected.
I credit the people that grew up in the neighborhood with me, the gang members that was there, all the people I grew up with. They didn't force me. They just was cool with me. They was fine with who I was. They didn't force me to be a part of nothing. Like, that was it. I never was influenced by anybody.
I think people need to hear that message more because, like bro said, people really don't, like, be themselves. It's hard to be yourself nowadays. So for you to stay the course and be true to yourself, that's kind of rare. And it's interesting to hear you say that,
You need
especially
older
coming
people
from where you're from. Yeah.
That's going to keep you in that right direction instead of forcing you to do what they're doing.
Right.
They want you to be better than them. So that's what I was around.
So what about in school for you, like high school? Because honestly, when we talk about that, peer pressure is a motherfucker. Like, that'll really get you more than anything. So how did you dodge that?
I went to arts high school, so it was all about what I was into. My major, like, I was an art major, so that's what I had to do. So it kept me on track. I mean, it was a lot of girls and parties and stuff, but I was shy, so I wasn't really that vocal or just in the crowd like that. So that helped me out. I always kept to myself. I'm like a popular loner, so
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
So when did, like, the interest in art start? Was that always there, or was that
Since
something
I
you
was maybe like 4, 5. So I'm 32 now. My mother still has the picture, my first picture that I ever drew on her wall still. Like, since I was like 5 years old, yeah.
So the interest has always been there.
She kept me in art schools, always got me a sketch pad. I just sit there and just draw all day. That's all.
Wow.
So was the interest for clothes making there, or did it just start with art?
The interest for clothes wasn't there until I lost the passion for drawing and all the other stuff.
What made that happen?
College. College it was just too technical. It wasn't like, okay, do what you interested in. You gotta do this project by a certain time. You gotta do that project. You don't get time. You don't put time into your work. Nothing like that. They didn't give you time to put nothing into what you really wanted to do. So I'm like, and then the partying and all the extra shit. So yeah.
So was the passion something you had to gain back? Because how old? You said that was college, so you're 32 now.
Yeah,
So is that
pretty
something-
much. Yeah, pretty much. Everybody had their ups and downs in life. I was
Right.
like at a low point. I'm like, what can I do? Like, I kept thinking to myself, my mother and my father didn't keep me in these art schools for nothing. They didn't push me to do this for nothing. So, and I'm into clothing already. So it's like, I can mix the two up. And like, it's like when you go to the mall, you can't really find what you want. So I'm like, let me start making my own shit. Let me start making the colorways that I've been looking for forever. You can't go to the mall really find something good that's maybe orange, like green. Like it's not too many things in there. Everything looks the same, man.
Yeah. So how did UNDX start? Like, what inspired that?
The lowest point in my life. Like, basically, I always drew, like, paint and make sculptures. So UNDX is short for undiscovered. It was my undiscovered talent. So my undiscovered talent was making clothes. So that's what I ran with, undiscovered. So it's like finding that undiscovered niche, that talent that you never, like something you probably never thought you would be podcasting.
I definitely didn't,
So it's like your undiscovered talent.
Nah, that's dope.
And with the clothing line, is it hard to like come up with new ideas, new ways to be creative? Because you got a lot of different. I mean, like this is fire. It's like, sir, I see you switch it up on a lot of your different. Is it hard to keep that going? I know you got a lot of momentum right now. I see your clothes everywhere. So is it hard to like keep up with the?
No, not really, because I basically make what I like, what I feel at the moment, what I think is cool. I don't really like. I see what everybody else is doing, and of course I'm inspired by that, but I make what I like. So it's not really that hard. It's just, the hardest part is just basically getting everything done on time. Like, that's about it. Getting everything done, the sizing right, that's the hardest part. But making everything is not, because it's what I do. Like, that's what I've been doing my whole life, so it's not hard.
So how do you kind of keep up with the trends of fashion? Because honestly, fashion never really stays the same. Every year there's a new, people might go from baggy to tight clothes. You know, like, how do you keep up with the trends?
I don't. I just make what I like. Like, everything I make is something I would wear. It's like what I can't find, that's what I make, basically. So, I mean, I follow after Bape. Like, my brand is heavily inspired by Bape, by BBC, by Stussy, stuff like that. So it's heavily inspired by that. But it's like I don't keep up with the new things. It's like I'm more nostalgic. So you'll see more pullover hoodies or full zip hoodies or varsity jackets, sweatsuits with multiple colors. Like, I'm more nostalgic like that with the Bape stuff. Like how they used to have all the multiple colors and just everything.
I see that even with the snapbacks, because to be honest with you, nobody's really on that right now. It's
Nobody
truckers and
makes
fitteds.
Yeah. Everybody's like, when you gonna make truckers? When you gonna make fitteds? I'm like, I don't really wear them like that. I wear fitteds, but I don't want to make them.
Yeah.
Because everybody else does.
And with the clothing line, are you like trying to appeal to just like the Jersey crowd, or is it like you trying to appeal to everybody?
I appeal to everybody. It ships. I probably sold something in all 50 states. I have clothing in London. I have clothing in Mexico, Paris. It's been all over the place. I just don't promote it as such like that. But it's since I started, like when I first started, I was getting orders from Paris because they love streetwear so much. I never knew that until I started the brand. So it's like it's a lot of places that you probably wouldn't think.
Or into your stuff will be into your stuff.
Yeah, everybody's into it. Yeah.
That's dope. So like, where do you plan on taking this? Like, what's your goals for this clothing line?
I want to make a store. I want to get a store, and I want to also start like a little nonprofit organization. You know, to get kids to work on their talents, do what they like have like like a what you call that? Shit, I don't know how. I can't even forget. Too much smoking. Next, I can't even think about it right now.
Yeah.
But like a recreational center, like a when you was young, we grew up. They had these rec centers. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Stuff like that. Have little seminars, have them painting, teaching them how to have a brand and all that stuff. Yeah.
So how does it go kind of with the designs? Like, what's the influence on those?
Influence on it. When I first started, the influence was Black culture. Like, that's another thing when I made Undxscovxrxd, it was about the stuff that we never learned about in school as Black kids. But at that time, being like putting Black stuff out, it wasn't popular as it is now. Before it wasn't, because I started in like 2016.
So from 2016 to now, how did you, like I said, like how do you kind of mold your designs year by year?
Some like social injustice, like what I'm feeling at the moment, what I'm seeing at the moment, like what's going on in the world. That's how I mold my designs mostly.
Like
It's all
even
about what I'm thinking at the moment.
even with like this hoodie right here and kind of a lot that you had from the last fall season, I noticed it was a lot for the people.
Yes, it was more like the last year was more about branding, basically. So now this year I want to go back into graphics and telling more stories. But last year was about branding.
Okay.
And with the clothing line, I just want to go back real quick to what you said, selling something in all 50 states. What's that feeling like? Like knowing your clothes is everywhere, like Paris and.
It's weird. Like I don't really think too much of it because I'm just so laid back and chill. Like I'm just very grateful. Like I'm just grateful about it. Like I did this so I can do more now. So now I just gotta push myself to do more. That's all.
So what's a message that you could give to like a young black kid growing up in the city that don't want to be in the gang, that don't want to go down that road?
It's the right path. Do what you love. Be yourself. Don't worry about nobody gonna think about you. People that's out there in the streets, they don't really. It's not much they can tell you. It's not much they can give you. So you take a better route than them. That's all.
How do you feel about the way Jersey supports you? Because like bro said in the beginning, all of the rappers in Jersey rep your stuff, from the rappers to myself. So you're a huge part of the culture. So how do you feel about that?
I love it because I support them. I love what Jersey's doing. So they support me, I support them. I think that's what Jersey's supposed to do.
100%.
We should be at a higher level than we are now, but I mean, I feel like everybody's starting to realize it now. Because everybody want to be better than everybody. Like it's a lot of money out here. People like different things. Everybody's not gonna like the same thing. That person like your shit. That don't mean they gotta like the other thing. It's just doesn't really matter.
So do you see right now in the Jersey culture, do you see yourself as like a role model, like somebody, an example, somebody like people should be looking up to right now? Because like we said, like everybody can't be a rapper. You feel me? So and Jersey got like a real spotlight on it. Like bro said, you're a part of that. So it's like you kind of a face. So is it kind of hard to, I mean, I don't know, you don't want to give off the wrong thing, send the wrong message. Is it hard to?
I want people to look at me like as somebody that doing what they love to do, not what somebody's telling them to do. Just do what you love to do. Stop following trends. Don't follow after this person, that person. Just because this person's making this amount of money right now don't mean that you can't make that or more. Just follow what you want to do, follow your heart, and that's it.
So who are some of the people you looked up to growing up?
I could say a lot of. It's not really many like stars, but it was like more like the people around me, basically like my family members, like my cousins, or like people that I was in school with that was in like the same class as me, or that was in a higher class than me, and I seen how advanced they were, like, and I wanted to be like that. I wanted to do the same things as them, get better. But I'm definitely influenced by like Bape, like Pharrell.
Yeah.
Say somebody like what, maybe ASAP, Kanye. My biggest influence is the cool kids. It's crazy. It was cool kids and Light Feet. That's where I really got my style from and started understanding fashion more just from watching Light Feet and then listening to cool kids. That's where I really got my influence from.
That's dope.
Because they was just themselves without caring. They different from everybody.
And I could definitely see that from you, like from the way you carry yourself. It's like you're not really trying to give off the aura of not necessarily aggression, but you could tell that you're fine being yourself.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, definitely the best person. Yeah. But that's what's up.
You gotta be, especially when you're running a brand like you, because you're putting shit out that's coming from the top of your head. So you gotta be confident about what you're putting out and wearing it and people wearing it. So.
So do you ever feel any pressure knowing like, all right, cool, I want my next drop to live up to what the last one did?
Not really. Because it's fun. It's just fun for me. It's not work. It's just, the only work is when I'm getting pickups for the clothing. That's the only work I get. But when I'm making it and designing it, it's just fun because it's what I love to do. So I don't really feel pressure. But I mean, I do want to take it to a bigger level. I mean, that's the only pressure maybe at this point, like right now because of how big it's getting. But I'm not trying to let it get to me.
I want to ask you, are the people around you like motivation to keep going too?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be around the right people to like lift yourself to get into like a better place in life. So everybody that I hang with, all my friends I hang with, are doing something. So cops, they rap. I got other friends that have clothing brands like Ugly International, one of my best friends. Thoughts, New Jersey. Those like my two closest friends. So everybody I surround myself with, they doing something. I don't surround myself around somebody that's just chilling, doing nothing, that don't want to work.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like it's okay to have 9 to 5, but they content with doing that for the rest of life. I don't hang around people that's content with doing the same thing every year. Like I'm around people that like getting better every year.
Want to evolve and grow.
Every year, yeah.
That's fire.
That motivates me. Like if I got friends like that, I want to go to the same islands they go to, go to the same clubs, or be able to drive a nice car like them, because you want to fit in with your friends.
That's true.
So what's the most joy you get from it? Because I know with us starting this podcast, like just seeing people comment or just saying little stuff like, yo, I watch y'all, I fuck with what y'all doing, that like kind of get me a little emotional. So it's what gives you the most joy from doing what you're doing right now?
Get their orders in, they hit me up like, yo, the quality is crazy. Like I love it. I'm ordering more. I can't believe this. Like that's the best feeling. It's the best feeling because everything comes from the top of my head. So it's like for them to like it and then buy it and don't care about the price of it. That's the best.
So is there anybody you bounce ideas off of about your products?
My girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's like basically my manager. So I just made socks this year. She's the reason I made socks this year.
Great quality, by the way. No bullshit. Yeah.
Because
Amazing
she's like,
quality.
I told you to make socks. You should make socks. You should do this. She's always telling me, you got to make this. You got to do that. You got to do that. So, and honestly, since I've been with her, my brand has grown. That's another thing. If you have, like, you put in a business, you're having a brand, mess with just get one lady, get one female that's going to push you, that's going to keep you in check, that's going to stay on you for everything, because they're not going to take no shorts on anything that you do.
Yeah.
They're going to make sure they're going to push you to be your best self.
Because honestly, I feel, in my opinion, like a good woman in your life, she'll see the good in you before you do. Like she'll see your potential way harder than anybody.
Yep.
And she'll push you until you reach that potential.
Yep. That's the person you're around the most. So you want to hear good things from her. You're going to hear good and things. Sometimes you're going to hear shit you don't want to hear. I hear things from her I don't want to hear, but then I sit and think about it at night like, yeah, she was right.
Yeah.
I dropped the socks. I was like, damn. I should have probably been listening to her.
Yeah.
I'm so stubborn sometimes. Like when you have this, it's like you think you know everything, but you really don't.
Yeah.
You don't know everything.
So she's somebody that kind of keep you in line.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Y'all make it sound so like simple though. Y'all make it sound
It's not
so like
simple.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not.
It's not simple at all.
Yeah.
But it's worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for the most part, like, I mean, aside from anything else, to be honest with you, if I don't have nobody else to talk to about nothing, or regardless of how I'm feeling that day, I do go to my girl. Like, respectfully, like, that's kind of like,
That's what she there for.
yeah, like, and nobody else gonna hear what I'm talking about. Nobody else really cares.
Yeah.
So I can just talk to her all day and bounce ideas off, so.
Because your success is her success. So
Inevitably, for sure.
I should probably find one soon, right?
Yeah. Get the look at you.
watch what happens this podcast when both of y'all got girls.
Yeah. I got time.
Hey,
I
yo.
got time.
Take your time, though, man.
Nah, so from when you started to now, the transformation, is it like a big difference, you think? Or is it just like you just staying consistent?
As far as quality,
Yeah.
quality is definitely a big difference. Designs, I kind of slowed down on the like the graphics because I wanted the brand, but now I'm going to go back into really like with the graphics and everything, being more technical, more details, and all that stuff. Telling more stories. I stopped telling stories. Now I'm about to get back into that. But
Telling stories how, though? Like, through the art?
through the
or
art, like I had Black Cowboy, I had Dorothy Dandridge, I had John Lewis, before people was posting him on Instagram, that was my first shirt. One of my first shirts. John Lewis. What else? It was a couple of them. It's been like 5 years. That's how I was telling stories through a lot of my clothing, because I'm into all that stuff, like the Moors and the Black Cowboys, all that stuff. So I'm like, what can I do? Because people not gonna read. Like, most of us not gonna read, and that sucks though. But it's like, all right, they'll definitely get a shirt they'll like, then they'll read the shirt. They'll look at the shirt like, all right, what is this about? Because they're gonna be wondering, like, they're gonna be interested in it. And that's what happened when I dropped the Black Cup. They was like, oh, what is this? And they fucked with it. So.
I want to know, like, do you ever run into like little issues with people who feel like they obligated to, I mean, not necessarily get free stuff or discounts or stuff like that? Do you ever run into that a lot?
All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, that comes to the territory. You got people, it's just people like that in this world. It's like, it's nothing you can do. Like when, like I had to stop getting my girl had like, stop getting so frustrated, because you're gonna run into this all the time. And I had to learn, like, all right, it just comes with having a clothing brand. It's people that had their opinions. People argue me, like I put pre-orders up, and people like, I just ordered online. When's my order shipping? It says pre-order.
Yeah.
It says 2 to 3 weeks. Gotta read. People have a problem with reading the captions sometimes. Like you run into a lot, but it's like, it just comes with it.
Yeah.
So you just got to find better ways to get people to understand what's going on, start putting more things in the caption or put it on the website, or just talk to them directly. Because that's a big thing with me, is like, I talk to all my customers. People like, I didn't think you would respond. I'm like, why?
I could vouch.
As a regular
Definitely
fucking person.
Yeah.
I just like to make clothes. I'm gonna respond to you. You spend the money on my shit, so I should respond to you.
And that's a great mindset to have, honestly, because a lot of people don't really have that kind of consumer to seller relationship. Like, I just know, like, all right, cool. Like, for example, I like vape and stuff like that, like you do, but when will I ever meet the owner of that type of stuff? So to say that for somebody that I really like what you got going on, it's tough to have that relationship with you. So, or to be able to talk to you at all.
So is it easy? Because like bro said, is it easy staying level-headed like that? Because I know some big, or they ain't not replying back or messaging. So is it like easy to be like, yo, I'm never too big for my customers type
Yeah,
shit?
it's easy. 'Cause I'm a consumer.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram or some website looking for clothes all the time. Or I'm buying brands like my brand, like underground brands. I'm buying stuff from underground brands too. So it's not really hard to, because they expect the same thing out of me.
So do you ever think, do you think of getting like a team behind you for that?
Yeah, but it have to be the right people I trust, because it's like, when you put people a part of things like this, they don't really listen. They get on there. Okay, you tell them you need them for this, and then they want to do something else. They want to be as big as you, but it's not your your brand.
Yeah.
You gotta take your time. So I run into issues like that with people. Like, I've had teams, like people a part of the team, but they didn't want to do what I asked them to do. Not like, oh, I'm your boss, but things that I lack in, but you're good at. So, pick that up for me, so we can really go up.
Yeah.
But people don't think like that. People only think about themselves. People want to be as big as you. Oh, I'm a part of UNDX, so I'm gonna be as big as UNDX. And I don't even think as big as you're thinking right now. I'm not even as big-headed as that.
Yeah.
So I gotta be around level-headed people I could trust, people that I can just trust with the whole brand.
So do you have a team around you right now, like aside from your lady?
Not really. It's just me and my girl. That's about it. But I got my best friend, Wayne. He supports me. Like, he put me in a position really to have my brand, so I gotta shout him out for sure. But he does his own thing. But right now, it's really just me and my girl.
How did he put you in a position to get your brand?
Because when I was at a little place, he gave me a place to stay and just work on what I was doing. And then ever since then, I just been a whole different level in life. So
That's what's up.
yeah.
So when you started, I'm sure you probably, or maybe not, you had people around you who didn't believe in your vision as much as you did, or maybe they did, but to the point where you at now, what's that feeling like to look back, like, or have people that come back around and be like, oh, now they want to support or post, or once they see the business doing well? You ever run into that?
The thing is, I've never thought like I always, like, one of my friends, he told me, he's like, only focus on the love. Focus on the people that appreciate what you do. Don't focus on the other people, because eventually they're going to come around. It's like I've seen brands that I've probably seen and I didn't like at first, and then 2-3 years later, I'm like, oh, shit, I got to buy something from here. So it's just human nature. That's what people do. Like, it doesn't get me mad, because you may not be buying something, but 5 other people are buying something. So it doesn't, if you're not buying it, you're not really affecting my brand, because it's still selling. So I don't really think like that.
Right.
So did the comments ever sway? Well, did the negative comments ever sway you?
No, because people are they just do what they do online. Like, I really don't care. So I just delete it. Like, I don't need that negativity on my page. I don't want to read it, so I just delete it. It doesn't really bother me. Like, you're going to sit behind a phone and do some extra shit. That's on you.
9 times out of 10, they don't have their own brand. Anything that they're working on themselves, they're just criticizing.
You don't even understand what goes in. You just see what goes on. You just see the finished product. You don't really see what goes into it. So it's like, it doesn't bother me. I really don't care. People can have their opinions.
Okay.
So for the future, what's some things that people could expect from the brand? Like, what's some new ideas you got coming soon?
Definitely some varsity jackets. I got some more sweatsuits coming. I'm updating, actually the one he has on right now. So I'm updating that. Probably definitely do some more socks, because that's essential. I got to bring back jeans. So it's a bunch more clothing. That's it. Pop-up shop next year for sure. I haven't done one yet. Like an official one just for me. Like, I haven't done one yet. Like my own venue. So that's the goal. Definitely a store. Just I don't know, man. I just go day by day sometimes, like with it. So.
Okay, I feel you. Well, before we close out, I want to know, like, if you could talk to yourself 10 years ago, what would you tell yourself? Looking at where you are now.
I would definitely tell myself about some of the designs I made, like, don't make that, or get a smaller quantity, or do this colorway, or you should have been drop socks. You should have, like, or just tell myself, you know, you got a good future to look ahead. Like, you got something to look forward to. So just stay on the right track. Don't make no mistakes. Appreciate the people in your life that support you and care about you. And just, that's it. That's about it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You got anything else for the people?
Nah, that's just a great story, bro.
Nah, for sure, man. Appreciate you for coming again, bro.
Of course,
Seriously,
man.
really appreciate it.
Shit, with that being said, you're now welcome to another episode of On The Spot Podcast. It's your boy, Lo.
It's your boy, Nas Boogie.
We out here, man.